Hi guys, and welcome back to the next video. So today we are back with a video I've not done in forever because I've not done a speed build on this channel in months. And I mean months, like it might be near a year, I'm not too sure. But as a lot of you may know, in August of 2017 I moved house, and I moved away from my parents' house and into my own house with two roommates. And I realised that I did a video before in the old house, my parents' house, doing like the building the house I live in, and I thought it'd be fun to update it for the new house I'm in. So that is what we're doing today. I am going to just have music playing, I'm just going to talk. There's probably not going to be any cuts or anything unless I go into a mad coughing fit or, you know, just have a mental breakdown. But I'm going to try and just talk my way through. I mean, I got into trouble for it in school, so I'm hoping that the times of just talking constantly are still with me and it will stick. Now, this house might look a bit weird to some people because it's actually a tenement house, which means there are houses attached on either side. So this is sort of a middle block house. The house is actually also only 2 stories, but the 3rd story is my bedroom and it's in the roof, if that makes sense. So there's slanted roofs. So I've had to make it 3 stories because you can't do that in The Sims. You can't do like slanted roofs, so it's not as big as it looks. But yeah, so we're doing the kitchen right now. This was the closest I could get to what our kitchen is. I think our kitchen's actually the opposite, where it's grey countertops and brown worktops, but I couldn't quite get that to work, so yeah, we're just having to deal with this. Also, this house is not usable for Sims. There's so many things that overlap with each other, and it's not something that could work if you tried to use it as a Sims house. Like, the fridge is actually inside a cupboard. It's like I tried to show that there, but I think it looks pretty cool. Like, it should look cool, whether it works or not. It's the same as our oven is next to the fridge and it's actually raised up, it's not on the floor. So I had to try and like raise an oven off the floor and then hide it. Like, it was just really weird trying to use all these things that I've never used before in Sims. I've never had to like lift something up. There's also just a bunch of me like changing the size, like, oh, it's this small, no, it needs to be a bit bigger, maybe a bit smaller, now a bit bigger. The house is also very white. Because we are renting, we're not allowed to decorate, so everything is very white and plain and neutral. Also, they don't have a TV stand in this that matched the one I had, so I just kind of merged 2 tables together. Ours is more brown with like grey cabinets in the front, but that wasn't an option. Same as our TV is not on the wall, but if I wanted it to be stood on the table, it wouldn't work. And the other thing that annoys me with Sims is, why do we not have one of these couches? Like one of the couches with the sort of like Shea lounge, like the big long bit that you sort of like sticks out, because so many people have those type of couches. Why did I have to make one? That's just wrong, Sims. Get it together, make me a Shea lounge couch. Same as also the rug that I have in the living room isn't that, but again, we're just gonna have to deal with what we have. Yeah, that's just a weird bit where I think it's got all the electrical stuff in it is on that corner. Same as we do have curtains on one window downstairs, but I didn't like think it looked right with it. Also, the other thing is my windows, and I think it's a normal house thing, could be a UK house thing, I don't know. Everywhere has like windowsills, so like there's a wee shelf at the window, which they don't have in The Sims, and I didn't want to indent it every time, so it's the same as the sink is in the centre of that window, but it triggered me and would not let me do it. So as you can see, I'm just doing the kitchen now. I started work on downstairs, trying to make it look cute, trying to sort of keep it in the theme, but it's one of those that's hard because there's all the stuff that I know in my head, like, right, that goes there, doesn't exist in The Sims. So it definitely causes issues. Same as I wanted a mirror, and oh my goodness, that would not let me lower the mirror, and I was triggered. Like, it would just let me make it up, but it wouldn't let me put it down, and I was upset. So we do have a tiny bathroom downstairs, and I mean, it's literally a toilet and a sink, and it's a corner sink, so when you open it, you pass the sink. Like, it's usable, it's just very small. We also have tons of little LED lights downstairs and through the whole house. It's lots of little LED lights rather than hanging ones, but I just had to use these slightly bigger ones because I didn't fancy copying and pasting tons of tons of tiny little lights to try and like make it up. It was just not happening. I was not interested. For the sake of the video, I was like, we don't need to see me fiddling about. And did you see about the Christmas tree in? Because that's where our Christmas tree is. We have a few more decorations, like there's a lot of stuff on like the windowsills, which obviously we don't have in The Sims, so I can't really show you. Same as, there's no toasters in The Sims. What is that? I noticed this when I was doing this. There's no toasters and there's no kettles. Just give me decorative things. I don't care if it works or not, I just want decorative. Same as that there is because it's just a hob for us, or a stovetop there, and our oven is across from it. They're not together. I don't know if that's like a common thing in America or what, but the only time that you tend to have the oven and the stovetop being the same thing is if your oven is like gas or like all together, like is an all one piece, whereas ours is like an electric hob and then the oven's on the wall. But yeah, so I'm starting to look what I've got here, and now I'm moving upstairs. Now, this was a wee bit harder to work out because the stairs we have, they overlap each other. So like as you go up the first flight of stairs, the second flight of stairs is above you kind of thing. So it's one of those ones where The Sims doesn't allow me to do that. Now at the moment I'm doing the tiny room is my roommate Joe's. He's got the smallest room, and Jack has the second room there, which we're putting in. And I actually was pretty happy with how it turned out. They both have like wardrobes built in. I don't have that in my room, but you'll see why I don't have that in my room. So it looks pretty cute. As I said, the only thing that was bothering me was the stairs aren't right, just because the way it worked, and obviously we have an extra floor. It's the same as we have this really nice banister. It's about 9 feet long, going up to the second flight of stairs, and that in there lets me put like a big Christmas wreath on it, which I love. It's the same also as, I don't really know 100% what that bathroom looks like because that's their bathroom. I have my own, so I've seen it when I've went in a couple times if I've needed something, like when we like looking at getting the house and all that, but it's not one that I know exactly. Same as their rooms, I'm not really in their rooms much, but I know roughly where things are. So this is where I was trying to put the roof on, because in that roof is my bedroom. But on The Sims, if I have a roof on, it makes it really difficult to see what I'm trying to build. So I just kind of had to imagine there was a third floor, even though there's not. It's the same as I had to do that with the stairs and make it like so they were next to each other. It was the best I was getting. It sort of works. It shows you what it's like, but imagine the stairs are just above each other kind of thing. It's one of the things that I never realised you couldn't do in The Sims until I had to do it. So in this room there's a lot of me putting in walls that are like wasted space, just because that's the way it is, if you know what I mean. There's cupboards in the wall, so you've got to remember that I live in the attic basically. The attic is converted into the master bedroom, so I have like my tiny own bathroom. There's storage all around the walls. This is where my desk is, my bed is. It actually worked out really smart, and I was very proud of myself later on because I was trying to figure out how I could show that like cupboards, and then I remembered dog doors work as tiny little cupboard doors, so I was quite chuffed. This is where I spent far too long just putting down tons of little soft plushies because I have a bunch of them. None of them are actually teddy bears. There's a Stitch and some Sum Sums and Sammy the Sloth, which is Yammy's merch, but none of them are teddy bears. Now this, I was actually well chuffed. I was like, look at me go. Now you know those really like stereotypical YouTuber IKEA shelves, like the square ones? I built them using these. I was well chuffed. Obviously I couldn't put things inside them, or I could have, but I wasn't doing that. No. But I built them in where I have them in my house. It's super cute. I actually was like loving it. I was like, look at me go, being resourceful, building my own. I'm like, am I a simmer now? I think I am, guys. I think I'm a simmer now, because I'm doing speed build, I'm talking all the way through it, and I managed to come up with some really cool shelf things. So I mean, yeah, that's just what you want. Also, between those two like shelves on the wall there is a window, but obviously I live in the roof, so it's an annex window, which is one of the ones like built onto the roof. I'm sure you've seen them before, but again, Sims doesn't have that. Oh, I spent so long trying to do this. So I was trying to find just a plain white rug because my carpet or rug is white with like different coloured polka dots, and oh my goodness, you're just trying to find a plain white rug. I nearly committed, but I found one. I found a fluffy one, which will do. And then I spent ages just building this super cute rug that I've got in my room. I love it. It's so bright, it's so colourful, but it's still kind of like sophisticated without looking too childish. I also have this really cute stag like table lamp, which obviously I couldn't put in, but just so you know it's there, it's super cute. But yeah, so the room came together very quickly when I got in the rug and such. It's the same as things are a bit more tight fitting in my room, like things are a lot more pushed up against each other, but you deal with what you can kind of thing. So these, look, I used the dog doors where all the storage is. It was super cute. I love it. My bed's also blackened at the moment. It has kind of like checkered stag bed sheets, not like blue, but I mean it looks cute. Seems doesn't have a headboard because the roof slants. But yeah, so the whole house, as I said, is just plain white. I went and tried adding laundry hampers and such to add a little bit more. This triggers me. How did I not notice that wall? I did notice it later on, but I didn't notice it then. It annoys me. So we also have a tiny little front garden. I realised the fence options in Sims are a bit weird. There's not that many, but we have that now. Ours is sort of a weird one where in front of our house is a car park and there's steps down to the house, but again I couldn't really do that in the Sims, so I just threw in some flowers. My garden does not look that nice, but you know what, it's the Sims, I can have it looking super nice if I wanted it to be looking super nice. But yeah, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like, comment down below, let me know what you think of the build, let me know what you think of the house. Remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!